And welcome to Curtzy Crochet Hooks. Please enjoy our free tutorials with just one of a 24-part series on teaching you how to crochet. Subscribe to start receiving our 24 courses that are delivered to your email inbox every few days. By the time you're done, you'll know the ins and outs of crochet. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So now let's get crocheting with Curtzy. And welcome to lesson number 10 of the Curtzy Crochet Hook program. In today's lesson we're going to review on how to do circles. Circles are actually pretty cool because they're usually the basic foundations of doing flowers, doilies, and Christmas tree skirts, and a lot of different things. Now this is a pattern that I used, and this is a purse, and I just created the pattern just out of my own brain, and I actually did this a couple days ago. And what you can see here is that I've actually used a circle in behind this emblem that I've done, and just by understanding the basic concepts of doing circles, that you can really it's like application work. It's stuff that you can put on after, if you wanted to put it on to a blanket, you want to put it onto a pair of jeans, all of that kind of stuff. It's actually really interesting to know. So let's get started with crocheting a circle. In today's tutorial we're going to be using the Bernat Mosaic yarn, and when we look at it, it's calling for a 5mm crochet hook or a 5mm knitting needle. Here's all the washing instructions. And this pattern that I'm using today, this is called Medusa, that's in my hand right now, and I'm also using a 5.5mm hook. But you should know that the material that I'm actually truly using is Bernat Mosaic, but it's called Fantasy, and that might make a difference if you're interested in this yarn. So let's show you how to make a crochet circle. The material is actually calling for a 5mm hook, but I'm using a 5.5 just to kind of give you a better example on how it's working. So let's begin our slip knot, and we've taught you how to do that before. And slip in your crochet hook, and we want to chain 4. So this never counts as 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And because this is a transition in color yarn, you'll notice it transitioning as we go along. We now want to slip in our hook to the very first one. So slip stitch, and we want to pull this like a U. Okay, let me move that to the other side. Pull that down like a U and grab in the yarn that's coming from the ball. And we just want to pull through both. Okay, so now you actually have a physical connecting loop circle. And now I kind of want to grab, I do this naturally, so make sure I'm mentioning it, that I want to grab the loose end and I want to kind of squeeze it together with this so that I remember that I have to fasten it in. The next step we want to do is we want to chain up 3. So this is 1, 2, and 3, and we want to go into this circle 11 more times. This is actually one of them, so this is considered 12. Okay, but we only physically have to double crochet 11 times. So wrapping the material, going into the actual center, get the straggler to stay on top of your hook, so every time you go around it, it secures it further into position. Okay, so just every time you go in, just go right into the center of it. And I don't really start counting right off the bat. Okay, so just lay it on top until you run out, or you think you have enough and you can just trim it. You can either trim it now or you can wait until after you've done your full revolution. So I'm going to just speed up. Okay, so we're just going to continue just to double crochet ourselves into the center ring, and we're just going to continue to go into the center ring here. I had to stop for a second. My yarn got caught on one of my filming equipment. Always the way, you know, when they're filming. So I'm going to now count. Okay, so then this one here, this is the start, was actually your chain. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And you'd think I'm like an expert to be able to know that I only had one left. Seriously, that was just a fluke. So I want to slip stitch now this piece to the starting of the top of this one here. So I just want to go in, make sure you got 2 lines, so 2 strings at one time, pulling it through and through. Okay, so let's begin the next line up. To begin the next line, we just have to chain up 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And now with this one, we want to double exactly what is already here. Okay, so let's put another double crochet right at the bottom there. Okay, and so every stitch around you're going to put in 2. So wrapping it, so we're going to put in 2 double crochets. So this is one into that one stitch and a second one into the same stitch. Essentially, we're growing the circle exactly doubling its size with this particular round, but we don't do this all the time. This is just for this round. So continue to go all the way around the circle, putting 2 double crochets in, and we'll meet back up, and basically at the end you want to make sure that you have 24 double crochets, which also includes the very first chaining of the 3. Okay, so that also counted as one of them. So just continue to go all the way around and we'll meet back up and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I've gone all the way around, so it appears, right? So what you want to just do is you want to just double count and make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's actually 24. Okay, so you'll end up with this, and what you want to just do is that there is 24. I just want to slip in my hook to the very top of the starting one and pull my material through and through, and then that will close off that circle. And you can see that it's lying flat, therefore it's right. So let's move up and do the next line. So 1, 2, and 3. And in this case, we want to now start doing ratio work. Okay, so let's double crochet into the next one available. Okay, next one available, and then we want to put 2 into the very next one. So 1 and 2 into the same stitch, and the next one will get 1. Okay, the next one will get 2 in the same stitch. Okay, the next one will get 1. So do you see that? So one stitch gets 1, the next stitch gets 2. And you want to continue that all the way around as you're working your way in a circle. So continue, and I'll meet you back up on the other side. We'll start off and I'll show you what to do next. I've now gone all the way around, and we just want to continue to fill and keep that configuration until you're done. Okay, so then this is the one before, and we want to attach it at the top of the starting piece. Again, making sure you get 2 lines in there for extra security. So now this time we're going to now chain up 3 again. So 1, 2, and 3. And so the next one will get 1. Okay, the next one will get 1, and the next one will get 2. So are you seeing a pattern here? So the last time we went 1, and then 1 gets 2, and now this one we're doing 1 and 2, and then the next one gets 2. So this is 1, 1, and this one will get 2. So 1, 1, 2. So every time you move up in a circle, you just expand that by 1. Okay, so for example, okay, we're going 1, 1, 2 at this point. So when we move up to the next line, we're going to go 1, 1, 1, and 2. Okay, and we'll do that all the way around. And then the next line above that will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Do you see that? So it's like keeping it within a ratio. I have a hard time explaining the ratios, but that's exactly what you're just doing, is that you're adding an extra stitch, or an extra 1 before you start doubling them up again. So this one is 1, 1, and then 2. So the next one is 1, 1, 1, and then 2, and then it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And when you're doing hats, what that will end up doing is that you'll have 8 single crochet, or 8 double crochets in a row, and then the 9th will be a double in the same hole. And hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you. And the reason why you're doing that is that you do really want to keep your circle flat as you're working away, and that is the proper ratio in order to do it. So let's meet back up in the end, and we'll review the next line really quickly, and then we'll call this tutorial quits for today. Okay, the circle is now complete, and we're just going to slip stitch our way into the starting one to make it finalized. So in the last one, you can actually clearly see here is that you did 1, 1, and then double, and then 1, 1, and double. So let's chain up 3 again. So 1, 2, and 3. So this time, instead of going 1, 1, double, we want to go 1, 1, 1, and double. So let's go into the next one. So this is 1 double crochet. The next one is 1 double crochet. The next one is 1 double crochet. and the next one will get 2. So you can see that every time you move up, you're just going to add one more double crochet before doing a double. So the next one is 1, 1, 1, and then 2. Review one more time. So 1, 1, 1, and 2. And we'll finalize this, and we'll meet you right back at the end, and that'll be it for this tutorial before I schedule you for your next one. I'm now going to finish off the end, and I'm just going to slip stitch as always, and I'm going to pull it through. Okay, so this was, as you can clearly see here, is 1, 1, 1, and 2. So if you wanted to do the next line up, then you go 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2. And you will start noticing here, do you see that? You'll see that the 2 is here and here, and then the next 2 will be over here as well. So you'll start actually seeing that there's actual, it's after a time it actually won't be an actual circle. It'll be like almost like an octagon in shape after you get really big, and I'm talking like Christmas tree skirt sizes. So let's just finish off the circle like I normally would with my Westcott scissors, pulling it out and just going into the stitch like I normally would have, and we did casting off already, and just working on the same process. So you just want to weave it in order to finish off so that nobody knows where you stopped and started. Your center point may still be sticking out, and because of the way that we fastened everything in as we went, we can safely cut that so that you will not see that. And once again, we are just done this tutorial. So this is how you would have created crochet circles. Well, this is it for lesson number 10 of how to crochet with the circle. Hopefully I didn't spin you around too much in your own brain, but you can actually see the value and once you understanding how to create circles. As we now schedule you for lesson number 11, in lesson number 11 we are actually going to be working with crisscross crochet, and this is where the stitches now start twisting over top of each other. So now we're starting to get into layering work as we move along in our crochet process. So let's now schedule you for lesson number 11 as I move you along in the Curtzy Crochet Hook program. And I'm your host, Mikey, and we'll see you next time.